happen over and over. It's not trivial.
Bullying can be leaving people out, spreading rumours or ignoring them.
Bullying behaviour can be violent.
It can make you feel like there's something wrong with you.
My friend used to be a bully. He used to think he was powerful and popular, but really I think people were just scared of him.
It can be ganging up and taking things without asking.
It can make you feel sick. No one wins.
You know, a person can only bully if they have some sort of power, or think that they have. In other words, they've got to be more popular, or faster, or have a smarter tongue than the person they're picking on. I'm bigger than Henry, and he's new here, so in some ways, I've got more power than he does. But I don't need to use my age, my position, or my size to pick on him. So it's not having the power that's a problem, it's how I use it. People who bully are people who use their power in a bad way. They abuse it. And if we want our schools to be a happy place, then we need people and groups to make good choices about how they use their power. And guess what? Most people do make good choices.
My friends and I like to laugh and play tricks, but I never spread a rumour about someone. I'd lose my friends' trust, and it wouldn't be worth it.
I'm the biggest and probably fastest football player in the school, but I'd feel ashamed of myself if I picked on someone.
On the bus, I am the oldest. It makes me feel good to help the younger kids feel safe.
I'm the head of the netball team, but I don't boss people around. It's not really me, and if you boss people, they end up not liking you.
We are a popular group, but we wouldn't want anyone in our group to act like a bully. It wouldn't impress us.
I'm really popular in my class, but I don't need to pick on anyone to enjoy being at school.
I know what abuse of power is because I experienced it as a kid. I was bullied and I did some bullying. The kids at the school had some power because they had the language and they knew other people as well. Instead of using that power to help me, they gave me a hard time and cut me off.
Not too sure about the English language, for what I've spoken in my life of Portuguese and Spanish. English managed to damage my self-esteem. For every lesson it seemed the kids were taught to be mean. My fury started to steam. My education duration was filled with frustration, which killed my patience as the schoolyard revealed discrimination, which also built my mind state. The foundation was laid on the structure of hate.
I was pretty strong, and when other kids made me really angry, I reacted violently against them. So I was kind of abusing my physical power. Not good, not a good situation.
As I arrayed through the school grounds, silence with the school sounds. My aura scanned for Torres, violence with my brand new tool found. This blew bound my hands into the form of fists with blows and hits. I showed these kids who exactly now that they know exists.
But this one day someone said sorry. That was all it took. It just took one kind thing, really. Sometimes the best way is to go up and say sorry and make the first step, because life's too short.
I was just a child, inexperienced and weak. I was just a child, so no one was hearing me speak. I was just a child, old, tender and mild, a product of society. That's why you're not seeing me smile. Still searching for an answer the very next day. As I walked towards the school gates to meet my fate, I saw him standing there and began to worry. One stepped to me and looked at me, shook my hand and said sorry. And it was simple as that, or maybe as complex as that.
No one has the right to do anything to anybody else in this world. Well, nothing bad. It's a respect thing and a trust thing. If you're really true friends, you won't abuse that power at all.
Okay, so to bully others, a person has to have power, or think they have, right? But they also have to have a target, like someone they can pick on. Sometimes we can help to make people targets because we don't like or accept some of their differences. You know, like we make decisions about what's cool and what's not, and how people should act and how they should look. And if people don't fit that picture, then we can cut them out, and that can make them a target for bullying. But if we want a safe and happy school, then we want a school where people are accepted for who they are. Think about it. We're all different in so many ways, and it's our differences that make life interesting.
What are some of the things that make us all different?
Our looks,
The way we talk,
the way we walk,
our religion,
how old we are,
the things we do,
our personalities,
our families,
our experiences,
being a boy or a girl,
the things we wear.
Life would be boring if we were all the same.
Welcome to Kids News. Today we have a very special interview. We talk to a top athlete and up-and-coming cricketer about the challenges of being a unique individual. I caught up with her earlier at the gym. So, Joe, you're really enjoying playing cricket at state level, but it hasn't always been easy, has it?
That's right. At school I didn't always fit in with the other girls. Sometimes I felt a bit uncomfortable and a bit left out, and I think that was because maybe I didn't feel as grown up as the other girls.
So, was your experience unusual?
No, I don't think so. I think people can feel like outsiders for all sorts of reasons, and I know it can be hard for the boys if they don't fit the tough guy image at school.
It's very difficult.
Yeah. When things got hard, I just reminded myself of my strengths and made sure I had friends who liked me for me. I think that's really helped.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I think that people should accept each other for who they are. I mean, everyone's different, and look at you newsreaders. Not everyone has to have perfect hair and a deep, serious voice, do they?
There you go.
If being different is a crime, we're all guilty.
Like a lot of kids, what we wanted was a safe school. And we knew we had to make everyone feel accepted and welcome.
Hello, Emmanuel. I'm Elliot. We're part of the induction group.
Hi, I'm Lucy, and today we're going to show you around the school. Come on. Emmanuel, this is the friendship bench. When you're feeling lonely, you can come and sit here and somebody will join you.
G'day. If you need an interpreter, Jane speaks Dinka.
I can help you in Bakwan.
These are the peer mediators.
They can help you with any troubles around the school.
Hi, I'm Yuli. Hi, I'm Diana. Welcome to our school.
So, Emmanuel, how do you like your new school?
I think I'm gonna really like it here.
Accepting our differences and learning to make good choices. It's good stuff, and it's going to make the whole school a better place to be. But what if there's still some bullying going on? Well, there's been a lot of research done into bullying, and the verdict is that it can be dealt with. There's all these skills that we can learn to help us through any relationships, and some of these can help us with the worst kind of relationship, bullying. So what can we do, and how can we act? Your actions can make you a target for bullying. Think about how you could appear more confident. Lift your head, chin up. Are your shoulders relaxed? Just shift them back a little. Steady that breathing and make direct, serious eye contact. The look? Cool, but friendly. Which way of acting makes you less of a target? name-calling is the most common form of bullying.
Loser.
How could you respond?
I am not. Come on, say that again. I don't care what you think.
Which response do you think would work best? Which one of these would you like to be?
Whatever. No, that's too wimpy. Whatever. Yeah, that's good. Oh, really? Oh, no, that's too aggro. What? No. Really? That's too British. Really? Well, I don't care what you think anyway. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So what do you think, Bird? Any feedback?
I feel upset when you walk away from me when I'm talking to you. I would like you to listen to me.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you felt that way. I won't do it again.
I accept your apology.
That's sounding really good, girls. Perhaps go through and just practice one more time.
Yeah.
I feel upset when you walk away from me when I'm talking to you. I would like you to listen to me.
Okay.
Think about how a situation makes you feel. Are your thoughts making things worse?
Yeah, because we're
I'll never be able to stop the gossip. I don't have any friends. There's something wrong with me.
Those thoughts aren't helping you, are they? What sort of thoughts might help you feel a bit better about the situation?
At least I have some friends. What are my options? I'll get help if I need to. I know it will stop.
If you don't tell someone, the problem can get bigger and you get stressed and you don't enjoy life, and life should be fun.
Choose somebody that you to talk to that you respect, and you know that they would respect you when you're telling them your problem.
You don't want to feel like you're gonna, every time you wake up and get out of bed, you're gonna get bullied.
It helped me because I had a problem and it was getting all bothered up inside me, and I couldn't concentrate and I couldn't work. And when I told my mum, she went and told the teacher, and they kind of stopped it, and then I was able to concentrate again and work.
If you keep it inside, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So, if you tell someone, you can cut it down.
It's worth it because it can make you feel better.
If I wanted to ask someone for help, I'd say, could you please help me? I'm finding it really hard.
So, talking about it, being assertive and staying positive are just some strategies, and you might have others that work. Now, you can also use these relationship skills to help someone else who's being bullied. In fact, one of the most powerful positions to be in is that of the bystander, someone standing by, watching. Think about it. Most bullies thrive on attention. Are you giving them that attention just by watching? What if you laugh? Is that going to encourage them? Most people think that picking on someone for no reason is not on. What can you, as a bystander, do to help?
We stand.
Get out of our way.
What? Hey, don't laugh. They'll just encourage them.
Check out the situation. Do you think it's safe for you to be assertive?
Oi, guys, what's going on? Just chill out. That's not cool. Are you okay?
Even if you don't say anything, you can still offer support. The person might want to talk about how they feel or get some more help, and they'll probably appreciate you just being around. Relationships are a big part of our lives. They can affect how we feel and act more than anything. So I reckon it's worth knowing that whether it's as a whole school or just us using what we know, we can have good, healthy relationships and a good school environment. It starts with knowing that you have rights and then believing that there's something you can do. So never give up.
When I moved to Australia from America.
When I had my appendix out.
It was when I got stitches.
A big change in my life was when my best friend moved away from school.
When I started soccer for a club. When my parents got divorced.
When I moved from the country to the city.
The biggest change in my life was when my sister had a baby and my sister and her daughter moved in to live with us.
Growing bigger and stronger and my voice changing. The biggest change in my life was when I got braces.
There are so many changes in our lives, and look, I can't stop my life from changing. And whether it's growing up or, for you guys, going to high school, change is going to happen. And whether it's something that just happens or whether it's a change that we make ourselves, I reckon it is change that makes life interesting. Think of your life like a good book. You know, the best bits, the juicy bits, are going to be about change.
Every life is a story about change. The things that happen, the things we do, the life we lead, the old, the new. In my life, each day brings change for different reasons. I live and grow, rearranged like the seasons. I keep on breathing, doing the best I can, and I know the more I learn, the more I understand, and I grow with each day, won't lose my way. I'll never fade, I always shine like sun rays. As I walk on through life, I always keep my head high. You may wonder why, cause now it's my turn to fly. Who am I? Who will I be? What choices will I make? And how will life surprise me? Come out of your cocoon and see the world in a new light. Oh, you girls and boys, this is your life. We all make mistakes till we get it right. Don't wonder why, cause now it's your turn to fly. You know it's your turn to fly. I said it's your turn to fly. You know it's your turn to fly. It's now our time to fly.
Just made this change. What do you think? Have you ever made any changes in your life? As we get older, we tend to make more decisions that will change our lives. And that's usually because we know that change can be a good thing. Or not.
I changed my group of friends because they were always fighting with me and it just really didn't work out, so I decided to change. I talked to my friends about it and I also talked to a teacher just to work it out. I had to make new friends and I did that by asking people over and joining in new games. I ended up making a lot of new friends and it was much better. I was really happy that I made the change.
I changed my behaviour and the way I acted. I was lashing out at people when they were teasing me or being annoying. People kept on teasing me and everyone was avoiding me because they would think I would hurt them and they wouldn't be my friends. Well, I stopped and thought about what I'm going to do before I do it, and I listened to people more and thought about what they're feeling. I noticed that I'm getting more friends and people aren't teasing me as much as they were. I feel much better about myself and the way I'm acting.
So we can make changes in our lives and they can be really important. And then there's the changes that we don't make, but we know are going to happen. Things like going through puberty or starting high school. Of course, there's also the unexpected changes. Things like breaking your arm or losing the family pet. So is change something that we just cruise through? Well, no, it's really not. I mean, I broke my arm once and I can tell you, I wasn't very happy about it. It was hard and I couldn't do all the same things. You see, I lost something. I lost the use of my arm. Sometimes though, the loss isn't as obvious as that. But you know, a lot of changes in life do involve some loss. Going to high school, you're going to meet new people, do new things. It can be exciting. But what you lose as part of that change is your position as the seniors of the primary school. Or maybe you'll lose contact with some friends.
It was a draw.
Another change might be being sick or injured. You can't do the same things or join in with your friends in the same way. Now, I reckon that'd be a loss.
Sorry.
It's these losses, the things that we can't do anymore, or the things that we leave behind and miss, that can make change a little bit tricky. In fact, sometimes it can make it really hard. But we don't have to feel scared or helpless, because there are a lot of things that we can do to help us deal with change. How do we know that? Well, we've asked. We asked people, how did you get through? And when you ask, people come up with the most amazing stories, full of ideas about how you can deal with change.
I was worried about how big the school was, and I'd get lost all the time and I wouldn't be able to remember where everything is. Well, I asked my friend and he just told me where everything was, and he already knew, so if I ever got lost I could just ask him.
I was thinking I would miss my old friends from my old school because I've been with them for so long. I kind of found out a few of the people that were coming as well, and I found one person that I kind of knew, and so I stayed with her for a while and then I made new friends.
One of the most important things that young students can do is to approach an adult that they trust. There are a lot of adults that will be looking out for them, and they're never to feel alone, that there is always someone for them.
I was worried about, when we got at our school we didn't have lockers, and I was worried that I was going to get the wrong books every day. I asked my brothers, because they came here before, and they just said, oh, it's all right, you won't forget them, and that even if you do, the teacher won't go crazy at you. She just asks you to go get them again. Just felt a bit more comfortable with coming to school and everything like that.
Hey kids, I'm the superhero Bounce Back Man. I'm also a new teacher at your school. I'm here to teach you the skills and the strategies to help you bounce back when you're feeling down. Okay, first of all, what we're going to do...
Excuse me, Mr. Bounce Back. This is actually a canteen.
Do you want extra sauce with that?
I know how important it is to be prepared. I was so excited when I got a newspaper round. It was a really big change in my life because I've never done anything that had so much responsibility. I think that's why I got cold feet. What if I couldn't do it? What if I let people down? Dad suggested having a practice run. As well as going over the route, I worked out how long it would take. Dad got lost. The practice prepared me. I was ready. It felt really good. And now I've done it, I feel more independent and grown up, and like I can try new things. Next time, I'm leaving Dad at home.
One of the biggest changes we go through in our lives is puberty. It's when we go from being children to young adults, and it can happen in a really short space of time. Part of being prepared for this change is knowing that we're all different and that we develop at different rates. So if you find yourself behind in development, you need to know that you won't be alone. You will catch up. And if you're someone who has developed faster than the people around you, you may feel a little out of step. But don't worry, your friends will soon catch up with you. Knowledge of what's happening during puberty is so important. It helps us make sense of the physical changes and of the strong emotions. And the knowledge that we're all different can help us accept where we're at and help us support each other. Becoming a young adult is good stuff. It's a time of increased independence, of new opportunities, and a time of exciting challenges. It's a time to celebrate. Preparing for change is good. It's good, practical stuff, and it can even take some of the worry out. Worry. Now, worry itself can sometimes be a little bit tricky. Like, you get this idea in your head that goes round and round, and it gets bigger and bigger until the worst, most horrible thing is definitely, positively, absolutely going to happen. But it may not. It might not even be a realistic worry. Maybe you need to do a reality check.
Welcome to Reality Check. Janai Lamar, come on down. Okay, Janai, you're moving to a new school. What is your worry?
I'm worried I'll never hear or see from my old friends again.
Okay, let's play Reality Check. Are you being realistic, or is there a chance you will see your friends?
Well, some live near me, and I play sport with one, so I'll see her again. And I could phone.
Well done. Those thoughts are realistic and helpful. Any other worries?
I'm worried I won't be able to do the work.
Okay, it's reality check time.
Well, I've been doing okay in my old school, so why should this school be too different? And if I have trouble, I'll get help.
Congratulations, Janai. Your prize is a smoother ride through this change in your life. Oh, and a millipede!
Okay, today we're going to talk about worry. Now, sometimes we worry unnecessarily, and our minds, they create and exaggerate things that might go wrong. See, what happens?
Mr. Bounceback, I don't think you were supposed to rub that off the board.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm going to get into trouble. I'm going to be made to write I'm a naughty teacher 5 times on the blackboard. And then I'll have to stand up in assembly wearing a kilt and flowers on my head while kids throw rotten fruit at me and laugh.
and then I'll have to wash the school bus with my eyebrow. I'll have to leave the country. No, don't look at me.
Okay, so to deal with changes, we've got to get that worry under control. That means being realistic, not ignoring how you're feeling or what's happened. Another good way to deal with feelings is to talk to someone. And most of us do need to talk at some time. You know, it's really not cool to keep something inside until it makes you feel sick. It's a fact. Talking to someone can make you feel better, and the person that you're talking to might even be able to help. So, who might that be? Well, it might be an adult that you know and trust. You know, someone that you feel safe and comfortable with. Or maybe a friend. It's good to have a few different people in mind.
Welcome to Kids News. Well, today we tackle the myth, yes, myth, that boys don't need to talk. Don't bottle things up is the message from former NBL basketballer and AFL player Michael Parsons. I caught up with him earlier. So, Michael, I thought that boys don't cry and boys don't talk.
Well, I used to think that too myself, but through my sporting career I had lots of disappointments, some injuries, and lots of changes in my life. Sometimes you'd bounce back okay, and other times it was good to have somebody to talk to, and this is one of the guys that I'd maybe choose to have a chat with.
Yeah, sometimes I listen to Mike and there's advice there, but sometimes it's just good to lend an ear and just listen. But it works both ways. I talk to Michael too about my problems.
And how does talking help?
Well, I think if you bottle it all up, sometimes you can become a little bit tense, maybe snap at people, and just talk it through, gets it out in the air, and helps you get on with your life.
When it's in your head, it's hard to find answers, but when you air it and it's out there, it's easy to make good decisions.
Well, thank you for your time. I think that went all right. I'm fine. I'm fine. I said I'm fine. Makeup! So, boys and girls, talking can take courage, but it can make the changes in our lives easier to manage.
I can't really even remember a life without skating. You know, when I found skating, that was it. You know, everything changed. With skating came confidence, with skating came friends, with skating came something to do. So when I happened to fall over and break my kneecaps and I couldn't skate anymore, that was a time of change for me. Like, I had to, you know, obviously reevaluate my situation. You can sit there and grieve for days and weeks, but when you finish grieving, you're going to hit that point where you realise you've got to do something about it, and you're going to, you've got to evolve into something else. Like, rather than just sitting there and being depressed, I worked on my scratching, my DJing, with an aim to get out there as soon as my legs are better and get out there and start DJing. When the skating was taken away from me, I didn't lose my confidence. I kept that. I kept everything I learnt from that. And so now what I do is I take what I've learnt from that and apply it to my life now. I'm almost, you know, stoked that this happened to me, because, you know, everything that skating gave to me, DJing's given me twice that, you know. So, you know, it's been fantastic. You know, it might sound strange and deranged, but it's all good.
We all want to be happy. And, you know, happiness sometimes comes because change can bring with it exciting, wonderful new things. And just going through these changes can help us to grow and to learn new skills and to learn more about ourselves. And that's really, really good stuff. We're always adding to that interesting story, aren't we? The story of our lives.
Come out of your cocoon and see the world in a new light. Oh, you girls and boys, this is your life. We all make mistakes till we get it right. Don't wonder why, cause now it's your turn to fly. You know it's your turn to fly. I said it's your turn to fly. You know it's your turn to fly. It's now our time to fly.
How would you like to do exactly the same thing every day of your life? Same clothes, same food, same routine, day after day. So maybe your life's not as boring as this guy. But do you wish that life could be a bit more interesting sometimes? Well, it can be, just by taking a risk. Now, when I say risk, I don't mean, doing something dangerous like crossing the street with your eyes closed. That type of risk usually ends up with someone getting hurt or in trouble, and that's just dumb. But there is another type of risk that's actually good for you, like joining a new team or speaking in class, or if you're shy, talking to someone new. This is called a positive or a smart risk. And it makes you step out of your comfort zone and try something new, even though there's a chance that, well, it might not work out. But hey, that's why it's called a risk. So come on, get out there. Don't wait for things to happen. Make them happen by taking a smart risk. It might be a bit scary at first, but hey, at least you won't be bored.
A smart risk might be something like learning to cook a meal so you can help out sometimes.
Starting your own diary. Starting a paper run.
Standing up for a friend if they're being teased. Asking someone over your place to play. Offering to help someone.
Speaking up about something you believe in.
Imagine something you'd really like to do, or something you'd like to try. It can be a really big dream that might happen in the future, or something smaller that you could do sometime soon. Write down your ideas, as many as you can think of, and don't tell yourself they're lame. Pick the idea you like most. This is your goal. By asking some questions, you can break this goal into smaller steps and see what risks you need to take to reach your goal. Let's look at an example.
My goal was to make a new friend at the school. And I made a new friend with this new girl who had just moved to the school. She could become my friend and be a best friend, and we could do stuff together and have sleepovers and everything. She could have rejected me and said that she didn't really want to be my friend. My friends could reject me and just laugh at me because I'm making a new friend. To reduce negative things, I could think of what I'm about to say before I go up to her. I could find out some new things that she likes, and maybe if she likes having sleepovers, maybe I could invite her for just a little sleepover at my house sometime. I could just invite her into the group, and then we could just hang out with her for one day, and then they might find out how nice she is. I'll just walk up to her and say, hello, my name's Samantha, and just introduce myself. And then I just, like, talk to her and just tell her some of the school rules. And then I'd just tell her about myself. Having lots of good friends is really nice. They'd help you when you're sad, and they'd make you happy.
Making a fool of yourself. Being rejected.
Looking like you're a beginner.
Friends thinking that I am an idiot.
Not being able to do something when you try.
Hurting yourself or someone else.
That it could be a complete failure.
Fears like these can make some people give up completely because they're worried about what might happen. But researchers have found that if you take a good look at what you're afraid of, you can find ways to reduce or even beat your fears. First up, look at the risk that you want to take and the negative things that you think could happen. Are some imaginary or a bit exaggerated? What's the likelihood of them actually happening? Working out ways to beat your fear is a skill that needs to be learned by everyone. And once you've had a go at it, you realise you're not as worried, and taking the next step won't be nearly as scary. Let's look at an example.
I wanted to do Fendon Skid Kids because I wanted to do jump racing on my bike. I was afraid because I didn't know anyone and I didn't think that I would make any friends really quickly. I just sat and watched for a bit, and then Mick introduced me to other kids my age, saying to people, can you be nice to this kid because he's a bit nervous?
Go!
I was also afraid that they would knock me off and I would have a bad crash. I thought that I had to wear protective gear to protect myself from falling and hurting myself badly. I tried to protect myself by landing on my hands and feet, but I failed at doing that, so I kept on trying and trying until I finally got it right. What I like best about the Skid Kids is that you can make new friends really fast, and having fun is the most important part.
Ever wondered why you get butterflies or cramps in your stomach when you're nervous? Well, believe it or not, we have a mini brain in our gut. It works just like our main brain, only it's smaller.
My presentation is about South Australia.
It's called the enteric nervous system, and some scientists believe it's a primitive relic from a time when life on Earth was just evolving and eating was the most important thing for survival. When something scary is about to happen, the brain sends stress hormones to the body to make it ready to fight or run, because sometimes the situation really is dangerous. The stomach reacts by freezing the gut ready for action. This feels like butterflies or cramps, and in some people causes vomiting or diarrhea. So next time you're nervous about taking on a good risk, just remember it's the brain in your gut doing what it's programmed to do so you can concentrate on the task to come.
Thank you. That's the end of my presentation.
interrupt normal programming to bring you this live cross to a girl who's about to conquer her own fear. Victoria, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty nervous, Tanya. My stomach's churning and my heart's nearly jumping out of my chest. But I'm determined to do this. I have all my safety equipment on, and I've thought about any possible problems and worked out what I can do to minimise them. I'm ready for the real thing, Tanya. I can do this.
Okay, Victoria, in your own time.
Here we go!
How does it feel, Victoria?
I love it!
Well, there you have it. Live footage of Victoria conquering her fear of making a fool of herself and people laughing at her. Well done, Victoria. And now back to our normal program.
Okay, so I'm training to be Bounce Back Man, the superhero who flies around helping people to bounce back when they're feeling down. It's just I'm not very good yet at the flying part. In fact, I'm afraid of the flying part. Why? Because people laugh at me all the time, and I keep hurting myself on pointy things. What am I gonna do about it? Well, I've been riding my bike. Safe, easy, just a little bit slow. I know, it's not very superhero-ish either. Well, it's all right for you. You don't even fly. You think I should practice? And I'll get better? And wear protective gear for the pointy things. Hang on. How's this for protective gear? Ooh, sorry, they're not chicken feathers. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh,
My goal now is to one day be selected for the Paralympics. I don't think I'll get it this year or next year, but in a couple of years I think I will. I got involved with horses because my primary school had a horse program on for people with disabilities. The thing that I was nervous about was that I wasn't going to fall off, but they assured me that I would have leaders and people there and everything, and after a while I wasn't nervous anymore, it's just fun. The very first thing I learnt when I rode was to put my hands out like an aeroplane to get our balance right, and also sitting up straight, putting our heels down, looking where we're going, stuff like that. First up, I found putting our hands out like an aeroplane hard because, you know, you lose your balance and everything. I always do it over and over and over again until I get it. So I eventually get it and it works. I moved on and I got my own horse. Then I went to Pony Club and rode with normal kids. And now I'm riding in like dressage competitions and everything. If I didn't ride horses, I would be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. So that's why I love horses so much.
Okay, so you've worked out what you'd like to try. You've looked at the positives and the negatives. You've looked at your fears and thought of some things that might help. You may have even practiced a bit. Now you're ready. Actually taking that first step is the hardest part. Try and relax your shoulders and your muscles. Take some slow, deep breaths, then just go for it.
My risk was volunteering for the executive committee in my school. I had to write a resume.
I just want to ask you some questions.
Okay.
What skills do you have?
People whose resumes were chosen were interviewed.
I'm
And
honest.
the people that were doing the interviews chose who was going to be in the executive committee.
Because I was good at putting away books.
So you could follow instructions?
I was a bit scared about talking in front of classes and in front of the school.
Athena Webb.
I'm glad I did this because I think this experience will help me to be more confident in the future.
Well done, Michael.
Thank you.
Have you ever done something that didn't work out and a voice in your head told you to give up?
You'll never get it right. Quit while you're ahead. Don't make an idiot of yourself.
Yeah, that's the one. We all talk to ourselves, but if that voice is negative, then it can stop us from doing anything new. Sure, if you didn't enjoy the risk as much as you thought you were going to, or you gave it a go and it's just not for you, then try something else. If you really want to succeed and grow as a person, there's an old saying that says failure's not falling down, it's staying down. In other words, if you just can't get something right, don't give up. Turn that negative voice around and think of the positive things that made you decide to take the risk in the first place.
Is everything all right? Yep. You sure? Yep. Okay.
What has the disappointment taught you? What can you do differently next time? That way, you learn to turn the disappointment around and see it as something that didn't work this time, that you can learn from and have another go. So think about what you want to do and the risks you need to take to get there. Look at the positives and negatives and plan how you can take the first step. Work out what you're afraid of and what you can do about it. Then have a go. If things don't go to plan, work out what went wrong, make some changes and have another go. You find that stepping out of your comfort zone might be a little bit scary, but hey, it's also a lot of fun. You make friends and your life's not going to be boring. It's your choice to make the most out of your life. So take a smart risk and get out there. Hey guys, wait up!